It's time to fancy up my machine a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of a kind of a wrap on it, we'll say. I'm going to lay some vinyl over this. It's going to be a blue camouflage vinyl, and then I'm going to put my YouTube logo right over it. I'm going to wrap a few things, and I also got a sticker pack from Dean at Durette to replace all the stickers that have come off on this matte black finish. It's kind of like a bed liner. It's kind of a rough texture. And so I'm going to try applying all those stickers today and see how it works out. I've already done this side, and it's just a real rough draft version, but this is the vinyl I'm going to put on, and then I'm going to put my logo over top. So if any of you guys want to do something similar, this is not perfect. I mean, I've got some rough cuts, and there's some wrinkles in it, and it doesn't look perfect. But I think it looks a lot cooler than just stock, and it makes this machine unique, and it makes it my own. Can you see all this rough texture on this matte black? So all my decals have come off. Well, they started peeling, so I peeled them all off. All over the whole machine, except one. That one stayed. But all the rest of them came off. The ones that were coming off, I just pulled them the rest of the way off. But I'm going to fancy it up a little bit and make it look cool. I've been going sticker crazy on some machines recently. And I've just got some logos made, and I kind of threw them over all my equipment. So you know which machines are mine, there is no question. But this one, I peeled my logo off this side, and it's looking pretty naked. So I'm going to get it cleaned up, make sure there's no adhesive there. Now this is a pretty shiny surface, as you can see, and so that ought to be pretty easy to stick. I've got some mess to clean up there. I'm going to get all that cleaned up, and I'm going to get my decals put on. This is my sticker pack that came to me straight from China. Dean sent this to me. So I've got my V1000 decals and a whole bunch of other ones in here. So this is the whole sticker kit for a V1000. Yeah, and that's everything. So this one will go under the gauges, side stickers, my control stickers, my left control, my right control. These ones go on the side. That's for my attachments. Some warning stickers, and then this one goes on the back, and it's got, I don't know what everything means on here, but I'm gonna guess. And then here's where you hang it by a hook. So I think that this means keep away from blocks or maybe walls, or you could get crushed. Don't put your hands in spinning fan blades, because that's bad. Stop tornadoes. If you see a tornado, stop, run away. This is an engine. Don't go both ways with a no engine. Warning, there's belts, maybe. Don't get crushed by falling blocks. Barber poles and tuning forks. If you put them together, it's kind of cool looking. Over here, you want to park, turn the key off and stop, take the key out, put the bucket down and walk away. Warning. Warning, read the book. I guess read the owner's manual. Read the Bible. Something. Read something. But yeah, I'm going to put this on. And then I'm going to top it off with my new logo. So to apply all this, I use this Rapid Tack. I got this on Amazon. I'll put a link below. But this is what we use in the automotive business. It'll work great for this. But this is a cleaner, and it's an application fluid. So not only can you put it on, wipe it down, but you can put this on wet. Put it on the decal wet. Use your squeegee, get all the water out, maybe heat it up a little, and it sticks, and this dries perfectly. I just use a cheap little squeegee. It's got felt on the end of it, so it doesn't scratch my decal up, and that works really well. And I always have a blade. I just got a cheap one that came with a kit, but the blade you're going to need to cut the vinyl. This is another handy tool, came with the kit, but you can cut sheets of vinyl really easily with this. That plus my cheap heat gun, which I'll put a link to all this in the description, but cheap little heat gun is worth its weight in gold when you're doing vinyl. Now I did buy a big huge roll of this, probably a lot more than I need, but it's better to have too much than not enough. So I'm going to lay this down, figure out how much I need, because I'm going to need it to come to the bottom of this. So that's where I want it. I want to come up this high. I had decals down here, so I peeled them off and I want to make sure there's no sticky. I highly recommend this. It's 3M General Purpose Adhesive Cleaner. 08987 is the part number. But you just put some of that on. You kind of let it sit for a few seconds. I think you're supposed to let it sit longer. It really doesn't matter for my purposes. I just want to make sure there's no sticky on here. No grease, no sticky, none of that. When I peeled the stickers off, I actually used some. So I've cheated a little and I've already used some, but I just want to make sure that there's nothing on there that's going to stop this from sticking. So I think this is kind of cheap vinyl. It wrinkles up really easily, much easier than I think it should. And it's hard to get it to lay flat. Like it's wrinkling right now just trying to lay it down. So this is not going to lay out perfectly. I'm going to put a couple little pieces of tape on here to hold it in place where I want it to be. So I actually want it down a little bit. So where these are, that makes it really hard to do, especially with the welds. And with the weld on top, I'm just going to run it up to the top weld. And that's where I want it to lay. But see how it's just not laying flat. It's kind of a pain. But yeah, that's kind of the look I'm going for. So I'm going to lay it out, and it's going to have wrinkles. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll look a lot cooler than it currently does. So I'm going to use my table, lay it out flat, and I'm going to peel the backing off in one sheet, and I'm going to hope for the best. Good wet coat. As I go, I'm going to cut out all the big lumps. Just rough cuts. So I know I want this out. I can see the outline. Rough cut, I got that out. So I can probably start laying it down now. I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick it for good. Now I've came up with my first hurdle. It's this. So I want to cut it, cut the vinyl, so I can get around that grease fitting. Yeah, I could cut too far, and that's okay, because it's vinyl. It'll stick, right? So now I can lay it around that. So I want to peel it back. Try to work these bubbles out as I go. Now using the Rapid Tack makes it really easy to work the bubbles out. There are some spots here, little weld spots, and where they piece some of the stuff together that makes it a little more challenging. I kind of boogered this up a little bit right here, but it doesn't really matter. Once I trim it down, you won't even see it. So I've got to trim this one out too. Now I do need to come over the top. So I can't just wrap it because this is here. So I'm going to slit this. And that'll give me this piece. I'm going to get this good and wet. And then I should be able to take my squeegee and just run this right up top. So I know I don't need this piece here down to there. So that should fit pretty well now. And I don't want it to go over this weld, so I'm going to cut it at the weld. So now with it cut at the weld, now I can work on sticking it properly. You can see there's a weld right here and it's not sticking well. So I'm just going to trim it right along that weld. Just to the inside of it so that everything I'm sticking to is flat. So now I can push this down all around this. See, this is my edge. I'm going to do a rough trim. See where this edge of the arm is? Man, I think that camo looks pretty good. I'm going to hit it with a heat gun and a squeegee just a little bit more and work some of these bubbles out, but I'm about ready to stick my logo. Here's an area I screwed up. There's a big bubble. So I'm going to take my razor, pop a hole in the end, and then squeegee it down. See the water coming out? There's my application fluid coming out because I just squeezed that bubble out there. So here's another little bubble. So I poke it, squeegee it. You see that water come out? So if you do mess up, it's okay. I'm gonna heat this back up. See how that wrinkle laid down flat? And you can see this bubble. So I'm going to poke this bubble in the middle. Wish I would have caught it earlier. This would be a lot easier to work out to the edge. See that? Bubble, poke, bubble, poke. And I work those out. I'm gonna pop it. Make it lay flat again. Work it out. It's now time to make it official. We'll put this right in between. This one's easy. This is the easiest part of all. Get your logo, whatever logo you want to put on your machine. And, whoa, don't throw it on the ground. Don't ruin your sticker. Find where you're going to put it. I just eyeball it. It's not perfect. It's not a showpiece, but that looks so much better. It just looks cool. This makes it unique and makes it my own. This is clearly my machine. What blue V1000's got the blue camouflage that are life in trees? This guy. So anyway, I thought it was cool. Hopefully this will help some of you guys out. If you wanted to do something to make your machine look a little bit different, maybe put, I don't know, some cool name on it for yourself, for your machine, or your company name if you use it for business. I just thought it would be something cool to show you guys. Now I'm going to put the factory stickers on it all over the place. Next up, I'm going to get the proper logos back on here. Got some sticky nasty stuff left over from trying to get the old sticker to stay stuck. And I've got most of that off. But all the nasty stuff is gone. So let's get our sticker on here. A little test fit. Yep. It wants to be right there. Let's see if I can stick it. I'm going to peel the whole thing. I'm going to be brave. Man, this is sticky. Holy cow. As soon as this touches, I'm done. That's it. That is it. It is not going to move. There we go. Got my little hook ones. I've got this crazy warning caution thing. I've got both my control sticks. Got my auxiliary one. And I've got my fuel, temperature, voltmeter, hour meter stickers all on there. Now, I don't know if you can see, but these are kind of thick. Like these are like a foam back sticker. So they're pretty cool. They are not your typical stickers, but they are on there, and let's see how long these last. A little bit of sprucing up here. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty awesome. Got a camouflage, got my YouTube logo, got my V1000 logo, and I've also got all my safety stickers back on. So now I've got this project done. It's 93 degrees out today. I think I'm gonna go and cool off, maybe hop in the pool. Have yourself a good night. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your time in the trees, and we'll see you on the next one.